Okay, good day, grade 11s. I hope you were able to complete that quiz okay. Just get in touch with me if you had any issues with that, okay? So we're going to move on to the next topic, which is about settlement, okay? And by the end, we're going to have define what a settlement is and also be able to define site and situation and give reasons for why people have chosen a location to set up, okay? So if you go to open up the PowerPoint, and if you could copy down that unit topic date, okay, and we're just going to have a brief introduction to settlement here, okay? You will need your New Wider World, which is page 34 and page 35, okay? And just as a little introduction, we're just going to look at London, for an example. And if you look here, so we've got this location of London in the UK, okay? And you think about the countries nearby it, etc. And then why is it that this city, okay, has developed more than any other city in the UK? Why is it that became it? Now, obviously, you could look at it and think about the road links, but if you have to imagine that those road links didn't exist there at that time. So what would have existed in that time, okay? So just think, people were just deciding where to locate, okay? So everything was just forest land, okay? And then you decide, all right, we're going to make our settlement here, okay? And we're going to build it up from here. Now, obviously, it might not have just been here. It might have evolved over time, okay? And all these cities have changed so much over the years. But just think, and it's a similar thing you could think of about in New Providence. Why was it that people ended up locating here, okay? So there were so many islands to choose from. Why is it that this one, it's the one that has developed the most, okay? So this is what this idea is as we go through. If you look at, so first thing I'm just going to put on is this idea of what a settlement. And it's nice and simple. It's where people live. Okay, so it could be large, small, temporary, permanent. Okay, sorry for all the scribbling that's on there, but we're going to go into that in a bit more detail in a second. So I'd write down that definition there, and then we're going to do about this idea of site and situation. Okay, so we've got these two key words here, and they've been jumbled up. I'll give you a second to try and think if you can unjumble the words, okay? Just go through that, and you can pause the video and complete that in your head. But yep, so we've got the sites, the actual location. So where is it, okay? Where is the location of it on Earth, okay? And we'll go from there. While the situation is the location relative to its surroundings and the influence it has on its surroundings. So, for example, if we go back to this example of London here, we've got here its location relative to everything. We've got this river here, okay? We've also got, if we're going to go, you can go even further, larger scale, with London being an area of large amounts of import and export. London has a great access to other countries, okay? So for shipping over the years, they've had that. Then you could talk about the topography of the area. It's quite a flat area we've got here. And then all these ideas for different reasons you would choose to go somewhere. And all of that is the situation of where London is, okay? Now, this lesson is really just going to be focusing on, so why settlements began where they did, okay? And I'll let you just think about those ideas, because I think you should be able to, this is what makes this bit quite almost easier, so you should be able to think of these by yourself. Just imagine you've just arrived on an island. Where would you go? What are you worried about? You're thinking about food, you're thinking about safety and other points. Now, all of these ideas are listed, and I'd like you to make a note of these. You can highlight them and then make a note of these. So we've got these different ideas. So we've got this a wet point site. Water is needed, okay? Dry, you don't want it to be too wet, okay? So you also building materials. Are you going to be near other areas where you can actually provide building materials for you to build your houses? Because of the way that back in the day Yep, you're not going to have those machines, so if things were really heavy, it's going to be a lot more effort to move all those stones and boulders from one area to the next, so you'd want it to be nearby, okay? Defense, think about how your defense from other areas, so maybe it talks about how, where it is, the river can give a protection, okay? The hill with the steep sides, okay, that can do. Fuel supply, food supplies, nodal points. Nodal points is this idea that this is where things come together and meet together. So, for example, where the rivers come and join together, this is going to be the one that's going to help with transport. It's going to help with getting materials to and from, and communications. Okay, so we've got that. Bridging points. Okay, and give some examples there. And the idea of shelter. Okay, you want to be sheltered from maybe the prevailing winds, so you would put yourself in the right position. Okay, and what you're going to do is, once you've made a note of all of those, what you're going to do is, I've attached this PDF. Now, the first page you don't need to worry about for now, because we'll come on to functions next lesson. But we've got this one here. It's called houses and stuff. Okay, so go through, complete these questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And question 5 is the bit where really you're having to just, it's almost problem solving, and you're thinking about why people may have located in these particular areas, okay? Complete that on the worksheet, upload it up onto Plus Portal, okay? Okay, if you have any questions about any of that, just give me an email. It tells you what you're expected to do here, okay? And from there. But if you have any questions, then just give me an email. Okay, I hope you're all well.